over 150 miles in 3 days, and what fine specimens we have to embark on this journey. This is day one, and the Jolly Baldies, most of them are bald apart from me and a couple of the young lads. C2C, because it started as a course to course, 2026, chapter 1, day 1, Le Grand Depart. So we're about to head off from Marske by the Sea to Scarborough, which is 77 kilometres, which is about 47 mile, I think. I'll introduce you to this lot on the way through. One, we stay at Scarborough, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the route when we get going. There's 2 electric bikes, which are frowned upon by some of the group, and there is 3 road bikes, which are even more frowned upon. This is my first year, 18th year they've been doing it, so the 20th anniversary coming up soon, so let's go.
There you go. Mic as well?
No, that's just the carry holder thing.
What's red mean? It's recorded.
Yeah, and then you...
So the other cyclists are on mountain bikes, so they do a couple of different tracks to us, which you're going to see in a minute. Let's see the route first. So we're leaving Marske by the Sea over there, you can see on the Strava map, and then we're going up to Broughton on the North Yorkshire moors, which was absolutely glorious, so please stay on for that because there's some amazing views up there. And you see there's not much going on, not many towns we're going through. We did stop quite a few times, which is nice. The support vehicle with Andy were great. Talk more about them in a bit. Then we come into a little bit of land and a few buildings, and then we hit Scarborough, and then obviously we head out and go to the karaoke bar.
Is he?
No, in Pepsi, yeah.
No.
It's in the back alley.
Live in Darlow, don't I? So...
He's like the glass collector, you know, the one that just doesn't get paid. But...
Have you read my book?
So we're just into the ride, and I've mentioned my book already. I promised that I wouldn't mention it because my brother will take the piss out of me with everybody. And what, we're 10 minutes into a ride and I've already mentioned it. Look how gorgeous this is though. This is Saltburn Bank, and 15-20 minutes in, and let's have a break. It's hard work, you know, so we're stopping.
Lager me.
Jimmy and put some Vaseline on it. No, it's Aaron.
Tea.
How you find it, Aaron? Hey, we've got a Jimmy Sampletown out with Scarborough. Aaron, no, it's cancelled. Because of the sewage.
Chapter 2, Nemesis Hill, Part 1. So we're starting at sea level. I guess there's only one way to go, and that's up. So we're heading up towards the North York moors, but first we've got to get up to Broughton. And this is the downhill section before the uphill section. And it's an absolute nightmare. So when I've been riding on Zwift, one of the problems I've had is if you put the training rating down to about 30%, which means when you get to a hill, you can just spin up a hill really fast. And I learned a lot on these 3 days of how to climb hills because I was doing it all wrong. I was going the lowest gear I could, and when it hit like a 20 gradient like it is now, 20 or 25, the problem then is that you can't spin that fast. So I was putting sort of maximum effort in here. I'm at 450 watts because I'm trying to do what I did on Zwift, where it just doesn't make sense. So what I did later on in the rides, you'll see me bonking tomorrow where I hit a wall and had to get off actually. But on the third day I'd learned that I don't have to spin at 90, 100 revs a minute. I don't have to do that. What I can do is just go at 70 and take the hill steady, which is on Zwift you don't do that. You just get to a gear where you can do 100 revs per minute, and you just sort of spin up the hill if you like. So that's what I've always learned, and in Zwift it works. In real life it doesn't, because if you spin as fast as you can lowest gear, you're just going to tire yourself out. And you can see my heart rate there getting up to 150. It never gets to 150. And then I think I smashed my Strava record here for the most watts in 5 minutes I've ever done in my life. But this is how I thought I had to get up the hills. I didn't realise that I didn't really have to suffer, because if you look at my cadence there of 84, 85, and earlier on it was 90 on this ride, that's because of Zwift. That's how I think you've got to climb. What I did on the big climbs after that was just spin up at about 70 in this lowest gear I can get in. Well, yeah, I'm not going very fast, but then as the hill gets to its climax, if you like, I'll get out of the saddle and just pile up the last bit, and I've got enough matches left in the box. So this is really early on in the ride, and I've burnt a match or two here, which I regret. And then I didn't learn my lesson, because tomorrow, when I post tomorrow's ride, that's even more brutal. I'm not sure if I recorded it. I don't think I recorded me walking up the hill pushing my bike, but I think there was definitely evidence, because it was posted in the group chat, so everybody else sort of enjoyed that. So this is Loftus Bank, it's not Broughton, sorry. So this is the second hill, but this is, yeah, it was hard work, that. And a lot of climbing, very short period of time, but at least we're sort of near the top of the North York Moors now. We're all still together at this point, but you'll find when we get into the rest area, we actually split up, because the mountain bikers have got like a couple of trails they can do that have been built into the route, and then the 3 road bikes have go a different way. There we go. That was a nightmare, by the way.
You're on. You're on.
Oh, yeah.
That's all that's allowed.
So, Trev, don't you have to say I'm recording this for my safety and yours?
Yeah, if anyone's got any arguments about me recording this, you can fuck off.
Yeah, he said that when he was wearing it around Benidorm.
And look.
God rest his soul. What's up?
Yeah, if you're wondering why we're in portrait zone on the camera, that's my fault. I put it on the wrong, when I put it on the magnet on my chest, I actually put it in the wrong, with the camera bit in the wrong corner. So the whole of the first day we're in portrait, I'm afraid, but you'll find on the day 2 and day 3 we do get some landscape shots, and I wish these were landscape, because top of the North York Moors, you know, if you had that 100, I think it's about 160 degrees it picks up, and it would have looked amazing. But apologies for that, you know, schoolboy error, but I will, it does get better. So on day 2 and day 3 you'll find a lot more wide angle shots.
Started a YouTube channel. I've only got 9 followers, but some of the races I've done, I commentate on them when I look back.
All right.
To see the mistakes you make and all that stuff.
Absolutely not. The worst thing ever. Keep fishing with you. Not Jolly Baldies. That was good.
That's all right. Big one, yeah.
So, Mark, where have we got?
So that was Danby Beacon, which was used historically to warn people of various things, and it was replaced by an RAF station, I think, which had a radar out there. Used during World War II. It's one of the highest spots in the North York Moors, which I was quite pleased about, because it means we've done a lot of climbing, and it's all downhill from now, but that's not the case. We do go up and down a little bit. Just a shout out for the North York Moors. My God, it's a gorgeous ride up there. You know, there's hardly any traffic. Hit the odd tractor. I think if you see a few sheep in a minute, you can see absolutely miles. You can check if your camera's on. So the 3 road bikers have split out here, and the mountain bikers have all gone out measuring their dicks, I suppose, on the trail. We found out when we get back, actually, to the pub in a minute, we found out that there was a crash. Scotty crashed at the back, but no one saw it, because he was at the back, nobody saw it, so we've got his word against everybody else, because he claims he went head over heels, and he actually claims that he nearly died, but I think he has a little tiny bump on his elbow that he was getting everyone to check out. So we did a detour, had to do a few more miles, because they cut a little bit off and went down this trail. I think Danny got a puncture as well, so which he didn't fix. He just looked at his bike and said I had a puncture, and everybody rallied round. He didn't even have an inner tube, so someone else gave him an inner tube. Someone fixed his puncture. And then weirdly, when we got there's a sheep, look, they're gorgeous out there. Yeah, and when we got to the pub, we were just about to set up after some lunch, and he had another puncher, so somebody fixed that as well.
He wrecked the route.
Literally, Lisa was
I think I was a bit worried about my camera battery at this point, so I was doing a little short stint. So it looks like we've just come out of one pub, gone through a gate, rode for a couple of minutes or less than about 20 seconds, and then we're at another pub. But there was a little bit of riding in between those two things, so I think there was an hour gap. It's just, I'll mention the camera actually, the Insta 360 Go Ultra. It's really light. You can wear it on your chest like I'm doing now. You can put it on the front. The audio is superb on it, really. It cuts out all the wind. And I'll talk a little bit more about it when we get on the Cinder track, because it was really bouncy, and the horizon cancelling software that's got in it is fabulous. So it looks like we've just left one pub and just gone to another pub, but I promise it wasn't like that. But here we are, pub number 2.
I did the Swaledale Marathon. It was all off-road, 6,000 feet, about 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And I was eating gels and stuff, and there was a stop, and pork pies and stuff. This woman who looked like Madge off Benidorm, she ate one. She's about 10 years older than me, and she scarpered past me.
All right, so off we go again. As you can see, we don't do that many roads, so I'm glad I got my bike's a Ribble all-road carbon, which has wider tyres, so thank God. So these aren't mountain bike tracks, but we were down a lot of roads, and I think there's a 20-mile section coming into Whitby, between Whitby and Scarborough, where it's an old railway track, and it's really bumpy. So you can see this is quite bumpy. If you look at my hands, they're all over the place, and my steering wheel. And you'll find that the horizon cancelling side of this, and you'll see it later on when it's really bumpy, the camera is excellent. And big up to the guys who did the route, Conrad, Adrian, Kev, I think, and a few others. Can't remember some of their names. I'm going to have to do a proper name call on it at some point. But they're a great bunch. We're probably about 3/4 of the way through the ride here, and it's been fabulous. Yeah, it's my first one, so, and they've done it a lot, so they know the score. Everyone's taking the piss out of everyone else, which is mainly me actually. Not I'm not taking the piss, but everyone's having a go at me because there's a point where I'm at the back and I go at the front and try and get a picture of everyone, so, and they think I'm trying to win. And it's not a race, is it? But it's all banter, isn't it? Mainly fueled by my brother. But because he knows all these guys and I don't. And I'm his younger brother. It's my job to get the piss taken out of me by your older brother, isn't it? You fire a few shots back, but you just take a lot of them on the chin. But it's a beautiful part of the world. It's some great guys, and I loved it. I'm going to put this little section to a bit of music, so you don't get bored of me just talking about it all the time. But wonderful first day. Got a bit more to come, but we'll just put a bit of this to music. Thanks. Chapter 5, are you going to Scarborough Fair? So we're not far away now, we're near Ravenscar. I've left all these talky bits in because everyone's talking bollocks, and I thought you might like to hear them rather than me.
Bit bumpy that one, eh?
No, I can't miss it. Sure.
Hey?
That's the smoothest road.
I don't usually miss anything. Was she a biggish girl?
No, young, little, skinny thing.
Oh, walking.
Brown leggings,
Oh, I saw her. Yeah, I nearly went into her.
Literally.
Yeah. I nearly
Wasn't too one to try.
No.
What's that? Ravenscar, probably a few miles.
I've got a JD Sports Master trainers, yeah. After this pub stop, I think I'm going to hurt a lot and go down to Scarborough. I'm sure I'll give a tramp a fiver off my bike.
Concrete road just went up like that.
Steep as
I was
hell.
going to stop at the end and then
I read it was steep as hell. I said to Dean that, didn't I? I said how steep that hill.
yeah.
So this is Ravenscar Hotel, which is about 3 miles away from Scarborough, so well done all of us. And then we did eventually get to Scarborough, which this is some stock footage. I didn't take any video of Scarborough, I haven't got any video left, but yeah, we had a great time. So 77 kilometres, 47 mile. We all got there safely, and I even managed to do an Uber Eats round. The guy looks a bit like me. We'll see you for day 2. Thanks, bye.